Hello students, welcome back again. We are going to discuss the continuing topic of projectile motion, and today we are going to discuss the concept of trajectory, equation of trajectory. What exactly is equation of trajectory and so on. Now, if I have to just give a brief recap of what we have done in the first class, we saw the projectile motion, how to use the x coordinate and how to use the y coordinate. If x is known to you, then we find the time from that, and from using that time we find the y coordinate and vice versa. Okay. In the second lecture, we saw angle between two vectors using the formula of a dot b is equal to ab cos theta. We can find angle between u and v, or we can find angle between u and a. Okay, any given time, and we also saw a quick derivations of the maximum height, the maximum range, and the time of flight formula. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the concept of equation of trajectory. Okay, what is trajectory? Now, if you watch cricket nowadays, not nowadays, it's happening from past 10 years. Earlier it was not there. Okay, when they hit a six, this was a trajectory of the six after. In the what do you call just after hitting the six, they give a recap of that six. Okay, that how it happened, and then they show a trajectory, and using that trajectory they actually tell you that okay, this was the six was of this much of length. Okay, now nobody actually went there to measure the length of that. Even if it is hitting a building and all, or the roof of a building, they are still able to manage to know the distance of the six. Okay, and then they will make a record of longest six, this six. Who is measuring? It's the software which is measuring, and how they are measuring? Definitely they are using an equation of trajectory. Okay. Also, you might have heard about some NASA people. Suddenly they are saying, they wake up one morning and then they say that on so and so day this meteorite will be coming very close to the Earth, or this asteroid will be coming very close to the Earth and will pass by this and this and this and this and time. How they are knowing it? How do they know the velocity of that? Simple. They are equipped with the equation of trajectory. Okay, so it is very important, because if you know their positions, one or two positions, you can predict where they are going to be in future. Okay, so it is that important. So we are going to start this knowledge of equation of trajectory with the help of projectile motion. Okay, so let's start. A quick derivation, and then we will go to the numerical part. Now, suppose if this is my projectile motion, and let us say that the initial velocity of projection is u and an angle is theta at any instant of time. Say that this distance traveled is x and this distance traveled is y. Now we know that initial component along initial velocity along x direction is u cos theta. Initial velocity along y direction is u sin theta. Acceleration along x direction is 0. Acceleration along y direction is minus of g. Now write the x equation. X equation will be equal to uxt plus half axt square. I am using the formula of s equal to ut square, half at square, and y will be is equal to uyt plus half ayt square. This will imply x will be equal to u cos theta multiplied by t. That's it. Call this as equation 1. And this implies y will be is equal to u sin theta t minus half gt square. Call this as equation 2. Now equation 1 is not equation of trajectory. Equation 2 is not equation of trajectory, because the very primary thing which is a needed condition, a very much needed condition for an equation to be called equation of trajectory is this, that equation must be independent of time. Okay, equation of trajectory cannot have the time component at all. So we have x and we have y. The only way we can eliminate time is by solving these two equations simultaneously, and the intention is to eliminate time. So from equation 1, what is t? T will be equal to x divided by u cos theta. Call this as equation 3. And now you put equation 3 in 2. In equation 2. And when you put that, you will have y. Okay, then you have u sin theta. So you have u sin theta, and then you have t. So if you put the value of t, t is x by u cos theta minus half gt square, and t square is x divided by u cos theta the whole square. And this will come out as u will get cancel out, sin theta by cos theta is tan theta, so you will get x times of tan theta minus half g x square divided by u square cos square theta. This is the equation of trajectory for a projectile motion ground to ground. Okay, and this is independent of time, and it relates the y and x. So very first look, how will you tell this is equation of trajectory? It should relate y and x and must be independent of time. It's the equation of trajectory. Okay. Now, what are the types of questions which they ask based on this? Before that, what is the advantage of this? If I know the x component, I can find the y component. Okay. And this is nothing but equation of a parabola, because tan theta is constant, g u cos square is constant. So basically this looks like the format of ax minus bx square form. And this is nothing but a parabola, and this from this equation we say that the projectile trajectory is a equation of parabola. It's a parabolic path. So this is a parabola equation, a quadratic equation of second order. Okay. Now what are the types of questions which they ask from this? And the most popular question is this, which I am going to discuss now. Okay. So what we have got? We have got y is equal to x tan theta minus half g x square u square cos square theta. This is the equation of trajectory. Okay. Suppose if a question tells you that, I'm going to put a question now, that equation of trajectory is given by y equals to x minus 4x square. Sorry, x square by 2. Okay, y equals to 2x minus x square by 2 is an equation of trajectory. Now, what are the things you can find from this? And this is what we will ask. Find 1. Range. 2. Find maximum height. 3. Find time of flight. Okay. Fine. Let's see now. So we are going to find the range, height, time of flight. What is the first method? First method is the old method. The conventional way is by comparing the coefficients. Okay, so you have this as the equation of trajectory, and this is given to you. So if you compare the coefficients, comparing the coefficient, what will I get? X has 2, x has tan theta. So what will I get? I will get tan theta equals to 2. This implies theta equals to tan inverse of 2. What is this? This is the angle of projection. Angle of projection. And remember, tan theta can be also written as sin theta by cos theta equals to 2. So you can write that cos theta is equal to sin theta divided by 2. Okay, we are going to use this. Second thing, x square has a value of half, and x square has a value of half g u square cos square theta. So if I compare, I will get half equals to g divided by 2 u square cos square theta. So what will I get? I will get 2 goes out, so I will get u square cos square theta is equal to g, and let me write g as 10. So what is the value of u cos theta? U cos theta will be is equal to root over of 10. Okay. So this is the initial velocity along x direction. That is the value of u cos theta into 10. So how will you find the? So this is the velocity along x. So from this two, how will you find the velocity along y? Velocity along y is u sin theta, and that is equal to u. What is sin theta? Sin theta is 2 cos theta. Okay, this also implies sin theta is equal to 2 cos theta. So use that over here. So sin theta I can write as 2 cos theta from this equation, from this trajectory equation. You can write sin theta as 2 cos theta. Okay. And what is u cos theta? U cos theta is root 10. So what is this? This will be called to 2 root 10. This is my uy. I know ux, I know uy. Done. Because the moment you get the value of ux and uy, remember the time of flight. I can find entire thing now. What is range? Range is equal to, if you remember the formula, range is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. And this is equal to 2u sine theta into u cos theta divided by g, because we know that sine 2 theta can be written as 2 sine theta into cos theta. So you can write this. I can write u square as u here and u here, and now you know the value of u sine theta. How will you put the u sine theta? 2 root 10, and u cos theta is 10. So this will be equal to 2. U sine theta is 2 root 10. U cos theta is root 10 divided by g. G is equal to 10, and this 10 and this together. Root 10 is 10. 10 and 10 get cancelled out. So answer is 4 meter. How will you find the maximum height? Maximum height is u sine theta, u square sine square theta by 2g. This is nothing but u sine theta value. U sine theta is how much? 2 root 10. So that is equal to 2 root 10 the whole square divided by 2g. And that is equal to 4 into 10 divided by 2 into 10. 10 goes out, and that answer becomes 2 meter. How will you find the time of flight? Time of flight is again very easy to find. Okay, where to write? Okay, I will write this one. Time of flight is equal to 2u sine theta by g, and that is equal to 2 into u sine theta is 2 root 10 divided by 10. And that will be equal to 4 by root 10. So 4 by root 10 is your final answer. Okay. Second. So this is one way, comparing the coefficient. So when you compare the coefficient, your target is to get these two values, u sin theta value and u cos theta value. Okay? Don't bang your hand to find the value of u. From where will I get u? From where will I get theta? No, stick to the question. Question says range, height, time of flight. You don't have to find u. You don't have to find theta exactly. No issue. You have to just find the value of u cos, and you have to find the value of u sin. And that you will get easily when you get the first relationship between sine and cosine. And then the second, when you compare the coefficient of x square, directly you will get the concept of u cos theta. Okay. Once you directly get u cos theta, then using this relation you can get the relation of u sin theta also. This is one way. What is the smarter way? Smarter way is this. So remember the answer. Answer is 4 meter, 2 meter. Okay. Smarter way is not applicable for time of flight, but it is very much applicable for range and height. So if it is range and height given to you, there is one very smarter way than this, and you will appreciate that because it is very easy to get the answer. So I have to find range, and then I have to find maximum height. Now how I am going to find this? Equation of trajectory means this. Correct? So this is a graph of y and x. Now what is the value of y here? The value of y here is 0 at this point. Which point? When the value of x becomes equals to r, the value of y is 0 because it has come back to the ground. So the value of y coordinate is 0 here and the x coordinate is r. So what is the best thing you can do? So when the equation is given to you y equal to 2x minus x square by 2, the first thing which you should do is put y equal to 0 and find the value of x. So 0 equal to 2x minus x square by 2. This implies 2x is equal to x square by 2. Your one of the x gets cancelled out. This implies x is equal to 4 meter right away. Right away. X equal to 4 meter. Correct? How will you find the maximum height? Now, what happens at the maximum height? At the maximum height, when the value of y becomes equals to h, what is the value of x? Value of x is half of the range. Half of the range. Okay. So I'll repeat again. At the maximum height over here, the value of y is h and the value of x is r by 2. These are the two coordinates over here. This is r by 2, half of the range. So y is equal to 2x minus x square by 2. So y is equal to h if x is equal to r by 2. And we have already found the value of r. How much is the r? R is 4 meters. So what is x by 2? So this x is equal to r, the range. So what is r by 2 value? R by 2 value here will be is equal to 2 meters. Correct? That is 4 by 2. That is half of the range. So this is equal to 4 by 2, that is equal to 2 meters. So once you have got the value of range, just take a half of that, and that is your 2 meter. And now you put over here y equals to 2, x is how much? I have to put 2 minus 2 square by 2, and that is equal to 4 minus 4 by 2, and that is equal to 2 meter. Is your answer, and that is what we got exactly the same. So to find height, put the value of x as half of the range which you have found, and to find the range, right away put the value of y, and right away you will get the value of 0. Also, since this is you have come to my class, there is one more thing you can do over here. It's called differentiation. I'm so sorry, I have not got differentiation, so I will not go to that part right now. Okay, so this is the trick which we use to get the answer. Hope this trick you will follow in your exam also. Nobody is going to cut your marks. This is a valid mathematical trick which we use. So what else? Since I am dealing with equation of trajectory, so let us say that what if it is not a projectile? Equation of trajectory. If it is not a projectile, then what else I can have? So for example, they may give you a question like this. Look at this question very carefully. Y is equal to 2 sin theta and let us say theta has some components, so that y is equal to 2 sin 2t and x is equal to 2 cos 2t. These are the two equations. Don't worry, okay? It looks weird. So the theta is changing with respect to time. The theta is changing with respect to time, and the y coordinate is given like this, and the y x coordinate is given like this. What is the equation of trajectory? What is the equation of trajectory? Okay. So how to eliminate sine and cos? Remember class 10 trick? Square them and add them up. So if you square the y equation, it will become 4 sine square 2t, the angle part, and x square will be equal to 4 cos square 2t. This is the angle part. Now add them. So when you add them. So y square plus x square, you can take 4 common, and in the bracket you can write sine square 2t plus cos square 2t. Now what is this? Sin theta plus cos theta. Sin theta plus cos theta is 1. So you will get the value as x square plus y square is equal to 4. And what is this? Who can tell me what is this? Does it look familiar? This is nothing but equation of a circle. This is the equation of a circle, and this is the equation of trajectory. And this trajectory corresponds to a circle. That means the body is moving in a circle. Okay? What if the coefficients are different? So, take a note of this. What if the coefficients are different? For example, next question I will just modify this. Say that this is 2 and this is 3. So this becomes this remains as 4 and this becomes 9. Now before you add here, this is the trick which you have to follow. So this will become y square by 4 is equal to sine square 2t, and this one will become x square by 9 is equal to cos square. Now add. If you now add, what will you get? You will get y square by 4 plus x square by 9 is equal to 1, because when you add this sine square plus cos square, it is 1. And what is this? This is the equation of ellipse. Okay, this is elliptical. So the body is moving in an elliptical path. Okay, so this is how we can predict the equation of trajectory and the shape also. And there are some questions in which they will just ask your trick, whether you know it. They will just check your knowledge whether you know or not. Okay, and those are like this. For example, if I have another question over here, say that y is equal to 2t square and x is equal to let us say 2t cube and x is equal to 2t. Okay, find the equation of trajectory. So what you have to do, eliminate t, just somehow eliminate t. How will you eliminate t? You use the one which has less power. So what will you get? You will get t is equal to x by 2, and now you put that in this equation. So your y will be is equal to 2t. T is how much? X by 2 the whole cube, and that is equal to 2 into x cube divided by 8, and that is equal to x cube by 4. So y is equal to x cube by 4 is the equation of trajectory for this motion where y and x is given to you. So for any situation you can find the equation of trajectory by eliminating time. There are tricks. If it is a sine and cosine function, the best trick is squaring and adding them up. If it is like this, just find t from one and put it in the another one. Okay, and that's how we can find the equation of trajectory. Okay, so this is all about equation of trajectory. In the next class, we are going to discuss the air to ground projectile motion. Okay, so thank you for joining in, and I will meet you in the next class with more concepts on projectile motion. Thank you for watching.